So let us go through step one, which is revisit and realign our ministry culture, vision, ministry culture for our vision, our purpose, and our values. So I can do our, no, Sister Kathy, would you do our vision? I'll do the values, and then Carmen, would you be willing to do the mission? Go ahead, Sister Kathy.
I'm happy to. For some reason my brain got confused. Which one were you asking me to do, the vision?
Yes.
Okay, I'd be happy to. To help every young person identify and develop their unique talents and dedicate them to the Lord's service. We envision a world where never again must a young person live an aimless life. We see a time when all young people know their true purpose and lead meaningful lives in the Lord's service.
Thank you. Yeah, sing that. And our values. Enthusiasm. We are passionate about the work we are engaged in. Sacrificing. We take up our cross by stepping out of our comfort zone for Christ. Faithful. We are faithful in that which is least so that we can be faithful also in much. Leadership development. We develop leaders by giving others the opportunities we wish we had when we were in their situation. Intentional. We lead purposeful and intentional lives by having a definite aim in all that we do. Communication. Of all the gifts we have received from God, none is capable of being a greater blessing than our speech. Improvement. Something better is our watchword. Resourcefulness. We are extremely resourceful leaders who always have more than enough resources to do what God has called us to do. A bias for action. We are action takers who love making tough decisions quickly. Solution-oriented. We are problem solvers who consistently solve high leverage problems. And our mission, come on.
Our mission is to inspire and rightly train an army of youth to dedicate their lives to Christ's service and engage in the finishing work of redemption before the soon coming of Jesus. We do this through our unique digital training curriculums, live workshops, daily videos, mentoring, and other exclusive success resources.
Thank you very much. Alright, step 2. Reconfirm annual aims and confidence in achieving monthly missions. It starts with you again.
Cameron will migrate 12 of our high-leverage classic funnels to ClickFunnels 2.0 so we can create a centralized customer center to improve our student learning experience by December 14th, 2023.
Amen. And it says Shanicia will implement the principles found in all 8 modules and beyond of Daryl E's YouTube mentorship program so we can build a lead generating machine and a thriving community by December 14th, 2023. And we are well on our way. And Enoch is not here. Sister Deborah, would you read Enoch's?
Enoch will. Was you gonna say something? I'm sorry.
No.
Oh, okay. Enoch will market I Want a Mentor book by making 1,000 book offers so we can master the art and science of book marketing by December 14th, 2023.
Thank you very much. Sister Kathy.
Kathy will gather 100 attendees to an online challenge so we can fulfill our contract by having Myron repitch for us by May 8th, 2023.
Thank you very much. And Shanicia will apply the 4 ways to grow a business framework to acquiring strategic partners and affiliates so we can develop our, so we can develop ever-expanding win-win opportunities for each party as measured by landing 30 speaking engagements in 1 month by December 14th, 2023. We are making progress there too. Alright, so thank you guys. We're going to go to step 2.2, where we're going to reconfirm progress and confidence in achieving our monthly missions. And keep in mind that this is, you can share progress of things that you were able to do. You can go through your stepping stones wherever you take notes of the progress, but it's also progress in growth, like how we grow, how we help other people too. So you can share that too. Alright, and I'm excited about this one. Sister Kathy.
Kathy will conduct 8 success schedule workathons to create a routine for workathons.
Theme days.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Theme days, etc. So we can start a successful schedule, exceed our planning scope, master our energy, and make a successful automatic
Big success.
success automatic and make success automatic by February 22nd. Progress is, I'd say, 5. And confidence is still at 10.
That's awesome. And can I ask you how many workathons out of 8 we've done? I don't think the number is accurate because we did one yesterday.
Right. Yeah, we did one yesterday, and I know it's not accurate. I'm not sure though, because I'm not remembering.
At least 4.
Yeah, at least 4.
Okay.
I have to remember to come on and redo that and add it up when we get it done, and I did not. So at least 4, at least half of them.
Yeah, I think so too. And so you said progress will be 5?
Yeah, it's definitely a 5.
Okay, that's awesome. And yeah, we've been doing really good with the calendars and stuff. I think it was between the last I almost said monthly meeting. What is this called? The last debriefing, and today we did the one where we were able to share calendars. So now it's kind of like when we were planning a workathon, and this is progress. When we're planning a workathon, then we're able to look at the team members' calendars to see, like, or if there's anything they want to work together with them. We're able to look at their calendars now to see if they're available, what times they're available, and things like that. So
that was a big part. Actually, it's probably every bit 5 that we really have done 5 workathons, I would think, really.
Yeah, I know it's no less than 4. So
because it was 3 a week ago, and we did at least 2 this last week. So
yeah. And so yesterday, and I like the fact that, like, even though like everybody's not there, we're still able to come together and do things. And so yesterday, just Kathy and Sister Deborah and I came together and did our success schedule workathon.
Right. Where 2 or 3 are gathered, we can do a workathon.
That's right. Alright, well, what other progress would you say for this one, Sister Kathy? I can check. You can check stepping stones.
Like you said, just the times we come together and we work on it and understanding how we can look at other people's schedule and make sure that time's going to work for them, or if they're already booked for something, that's not the time to, But again, though, I mean, all of us have several hats on, and when we look at somebody else's schedule, they may feel this is a higher priority, so we don't want to say, oh, you can't do it because of your schedule for this. It's like, what is the higher priority?
Right, exactly. And that's something, I guess that's more progress too. That's something that we've learned is like, you have that option. The schedules now, it gives you the option. You decide, like, okay,
right.
Like like you said, weighing the priorities. Is this up higher, or is this other thing higher? And then you can say yes or no to the workathon. So I like that.
Right. So I think it's going very good.
Good, praise God, I'm glad. And, Sister Deborah, did you say something? Well, I'm not sure. I can't hear. Alright, and what would you say, what is the number one biggest problem that you or we are currently facing, such that by solving would make the greatest difference in moving this monthly mission forward? And what could you or we do to solve it? And I want to say something before you answer that question too, Sister Kathy. Remember yesterday when we were going through the coaching, I was sharing that, you know, there's different places where you can share your experience of how, like, your new belief that you're learning. I just wanted to bring to your awareness that this is one of those places, if you so care to, you can share what you've been learning too. Because that's also progress.
It is progress.
To help you make that connection.
Yeah, and it comes with emotional mastery. Mastering our emotions and looking at the good, changing our words and our focus help us to come to accomplish the things that we desire to accomplish. So the thing that at this time I'm still having a challenge with is, like, I did not go on this week and the workathons completed. I didn't record the workathons that were completed. So that's one thing Kathy needs to work on, is after a workathon, charting who was there and what was, you know, the more or less the main outcome of that workathon. Because if it's not recorded, it's not, you know, it can easily be forgotten. So that's my thing that I need to work on this week, is recording the workathon.
Okay, I like that. And because it's a new system, we're learning and we're working out the kinks, and so it'll take some getting used to. Yeah, but that would be helpful for us to keep up with our progress. Okay, and what deadline? No, this question was changed last week. I think is what expectations are at risk of being unmet. I think that's a new question. It's supposed to be.
What expectations? Good question. And could be unmet expectations.
I think that's what I'm supposed to say.
Well, I'm hoping that we all get in a habit, so that these plannings, the calendars, will become success automatic by us remembering our workathons and making sure that we let other people know who we want to be there. The fact that they can say yes, no, or maybe is a big feature. That's an important feature. And it's just, if we don't follow through, then that's an expectation that won't be met.
Yeah, that's true.
And it's not one person. It's all of us working together to make this a success schedule.
Yes, exactly. I like that. And another area too, I guess, of progress, sorry, I'm kind of going back, is when Sister Kathy has been leading out the workathons, she's leveraging other people's ability to, like, add things into the calendar, so she doesn't have to lead out the workathon and add it. So she's learning how to bring people into that too. So that's something that you're able to do this week that I remember.
Praise God. Yes.
That's awesome. And I want to ask anybody else, in regards to the success schedules, what do you guys see are some expectations that you have that are at risk of being unmet? Because like Sister Kathy said, it's a team thing. And this would be the time to speak up on that.
Like I feel like the calendar's so crammed full that I just get disheartened by it. And I feel overwhelmed and want to shut down, to be honest.
Okay.
How many calendars? Excuse me.
Go ahead, Sis Kathy.
How many calendars do you have open that you're looking at?
But if I don't open one of them, then you're at a risk of me not showing up for some. So it depends, you know. It's like one of them will be shown 3 times, and it looks so crowded. It's just like it's overwhelming.
Right. I'm trying to go through it because when people accept that they'll be on that challenge, I don't know why the calendar is adding that again and again. But I'm trying to go through and delete the extras so that it won't be, it looked like, you know, there's 3 different ones when they're the same of the 3.
Yeah.
I'm learning,
So,
but I haven't
Yeah.
mastered that one yet.
definitely. So is that an area that you would need support? Because that is something that I found happening to me, and I was just like, oh, is my calendar broken? Because I accepted this one before, and then it showed up again. I was like, what's this about? So I guess
Yeah,
it
probably.
I don't think it's a you thing, Sister Kathy, but you could definitely figure it out.
Yeah, that's something I need help with.
So many emails.
But see,
That's so annoying.
that means somebody's not sending, don't send. Because every time we go to save, it gives us that option. We don't want anybody sending emails. We're to hit don't send. And maybe that's, if you're seeing who the email's coming from, then you will know who's doesn't know how to do that. You could talk to them or let us know. Because if anybody doesn't know to hit don't send, then it's going to send an email and an email and an email. That's where we need help with. Because who's sending the emails?
Okay. Yeah, that would be good to investigate.
Yeah, because we're all supposed to hit don't send the email. It just sends the notification to their calendar that they can accept or decline.
Yeah. And another thing that we can do as well in that regard, because I'm not sure if it's coming to your guys'. I know it comes to your emails if you don't hit don't send, but then also if it's coming to your phone like as a regular notification, you can go into your calendar settings and turn those off. Because I don't have it. Yeah, I don't have any notifications coming to my phone, regardless of if people hit send or don't send.
Yeah, I don't
Turn it
either.
off. Yeah.
I don't either.
So
But when I go on my calendar, I can see the options that I have.
Yeah. Okay, and Sister Kathy, in regards to where do you see people or you need support to move forward? I know you have here for us to make sure that we're not sending emails to the calendar and find out who's sending them. And
Right.
And also about the duplicate events. What do you see that looks like, and who do you think can support you?
Well, anybody that's getting emails, if they could see who's sending them, that would help me to know who to talk to and make sure I can go to them individually and make sure they understand to hit don't send. So anyone that's getting emails, because I'm not getting emails.
Oh, yeah, me neither. Okay, and then with the duplicating the events, is that something that you know how to fix, or?
No, at this time, all I know how to do is keep going in and deleting all the extras.
Okay, so we need help with that too. Okay, is there anything else for you in regards to the success schedules that you need support to move forward, or you see that your team members need support to move forward?
Just taking care of those challenges so that people don't get discouraged. Because I don't want anybody overwhelmed. I know how bad it feels.
Yeah.
So I don't want other people to go through that. So anything that we can do to help out so that they feel that it's a successful schedule, not an overwhelming problem.
Right. Exactly. Okay, you're doing a great job, Sister Kathy, and I really appreciate it. I can hear Sister Deborah say attitude through the wall, but her microphone is a little delayed. I'm not sure why. There was something else where I need support. But I guess we can go through it as we hit the monthly mission. It was about scheduling
Okay.
different things. Okay, thank you. So it looks like it is my turn. It says Shanicia will conduct. Did I miss anything? No. Shanicia will conduct -10 strategic partnership workathons to implement the method, modality, and message, which is the 3 M's in the worksheet we use in the implementation workshop. So we can craft an irresistible offer selling speeches as a product to platform hosts by February 22nd. And I do believe, I updated my workathons, and so we were able to do 4 out of 10 so far. And my progress is a 4. Confidence, 7. I'll say my confidence is a 7. And what we were able to accomplish was, I believe it was Wednesday or Thursday, Sister Kathy and I, we got together initially and we finished the Daniel checklist. And then I had another workathon that was scheduled for Thursday, and I was gathering everybody together, and I realized that, and we, and I appreciate your help, Sister Kathy. We did the best with the knowledge that we had, but we realized that we were not necessarily on the right track for all of them, and so Enoch kind of helped us to go back through and think through who it is that we're serving and how we're serving them, because this particular monthly mission is based on platform hosts, and so we're able to get clarity on how to answer the questions correctly, which was really helpful and it will help us to move forward, like with the other workathons and make progress. And another thing was Sister Deborah and I came together, and even though it was kind of like skipping steps, we came together and we started on the message, which is the other M in the framework, and I was able to explain some things to her too, and she was able to help me. I think we did 2 questions or something in the first section of the message. And another thing that we were able to do, well, Enoch did, is he created a pipeline. I'm not sure what else to call it, but we can call it a pipeline for measuring, for keeping up with our MKRs for strategic partnerships. And it'll be easy for me to be able to just plug numbers in, and then it'll give us a breakdown of how many people we need to be reaching out to if our goal is, let's say, 30. And so really simplify the process, and I'm excited to test that out this week. Yeah, because that's one of the biggest bottlenecks with strategic partnerships, and so being able to measure our progress and really make data-driven decisions. That table's going to help us with that. Yeah, that's all I can think of. Those are like the big things. Sister Deborah?
Yeah. Are you reading? Are you reading from somewhere?
No.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so that is for progress. And then it says, what is the #1 biggest problem that you or we are currently facing, such that by solving would make the greatest difference in moving this monthly mission forward? And what could you or we do to solve it? And so for this one, I see that now that I have clarity on how to answer the questions, it would be to set the proper expectations and intentions during the workathon, and make sure that everybody's on the same page so that we can move forward faster. And another thing that But another thing that I realized, I guess this can be for progress too, is that the objective is not just to go through the worksheet, which I didn't think it was, but it's not just to go through the worksheet to say, oh, we finished the worksheet, but it's really for us to be able to understand who Daniel can do market research. And we decided that market research is a lifestyle, not just a checkbox. So, yeah. That was some progress there. And what expectations are at risk of being unmet? I think...
Wait, hold on.
Oh.
I got logged out.
What happened?
I got logged out
You got logged out?
of Notion.
Oh.
What does that mean?
That means I got
That we
logged.
can't add? That we can't take notes? Is that what that means?
Hold on.
Okay.
Yeah. Give some time.
So now what was it that we got done, you and me?
What did you say, Sister Deborah?
What did you say that you and I got done?
Oh, I said we came together, I think it was Thursday, and we started on the message in the implementation workshop worksheet.
But yeah, that's right. I was thinking we got together and I couldn't remember what we did.
That's what it was. Carbon, are you back?
Yep.
Oh, alright. So I was saying, for what expectations are at risk of being unmet, or what are you procrastinating? I would say, like, even though I know that the message is going to take a while, I'm like going through and helping people. Oh, just cut off. Going through and helping my team make like proper associations as we're doing the workouts. I know it will be a slow process, but I have to make sure that I'm not trying to like rush ahead just because I want to complete three M's in a month or whatever. So just keeping that in forefront of my mind. Keep it wide from the house. I don't know what just happened. Give me 1 second. This thing is going on and off. And then where do you see people or you need support to move forward? I guess this is the calendar stuff I was going to mention earlier. So it's to reschedule that part 3 for the for Sister Deborah and Enoch and I to finish that pipeline, speaking pipeline conversation.
To schedule it?
Yeah, not reschedule. That's not the right word. Schedule. Let's just say schedule, not reschedule, because we didn't miss it. We just needed to do a part 3.
Okay. But I just stepped back in because a new Notion had stopped, so I went across the hallway for a minute.
Okay.
I just stepped back in. Would we not do it at the next workathon time that's for strategic partners or not? Is that not appropriate?
That's a good question. Because as far as I understand, it's just a conversation that involves the 3 of us right now. And I know the workathons involve like more people, so I don't want to just use up an entire workathon to do it, but we could. We definitely could. And I'll put it down as an option.
Okay.
So we can put down like consider doing it on the next strategic partnership workathon. Thanks, Sister Kathy. And another thing, I know Enoch and Sister Kathy are supposed to get together to go back through the calendar. Because remember, it was like a continuation from that conversation we had when we were trying to find the times, going to do phone calls and different things. There's something that you guys are supposed to go in there and
yeah, whether we're busy or we're not, or we're free. And you're right, that still has to be scheduled.
Because if we're able
Go ahead.
I was going to say, if we were able to take care of that, then we can move forward to actually find a time, like what time we actually have on the calendar. Sister Deborah, what were you saying?
Yeah, what's the difference between the email and the, yeah, I'll be there or I won't be there? What's the difference of the alert?
Because when you're, Shanice, do you want to answer that?
I'm not sure I'm wrapping my head around the question.
Okay, when you go on your calendar and it's not filled in, and there's a word, I haven't learned it yet, but you see the frame around it, the color frame, and it has the wording in there, but it's not solid, that gives you the option to say, yes, I'll attend, no, I won't attend, or maybe attend. That is totally different when you're accepting that than when you go to invite somebody to be at the workathon, and when you go to save, it lets you add the people you want. When it goes to save, it says send an email, and it gives you don't send. That option is right there. Two different things to accept. When you're accepting your private one, that's not don't send, because when you accept that, that's for you to know, and then the person who's invited you can see if you've accepted. But when it's a matter of scheduling something on the calendar, and it gives you when you go to save it, and it gives you that option to send an email, that's when you hit don't send. And I'd be happy to show it to you if you want to visually see it.
What I'm talking about, it's like, what's the difference if you get an email or not? If you got to go there anyway and say, yeah, I'm going to be there, what's the difference? You get notified about it, you have to respond to it, and you have to hear an alarm. It's like all that stuff just for one thing. It's annoying because I use alarms to remind me of stuff. If there's alarms going off all the time, I'm not going to be reminded of anything. I'm going to shut down my phone and say I'm not going to be bothered by all those alarms. It's the same thing with my email. I have not read my email for over 2 months, and it's because there's so much email. I don't care about email anymore. I just shut email down. The only thing I use email for is if I know that I'm getting an email, I have to like subscribe to something, I'll check my email, and I only look for that. All that other email, I don't even look at it. And that's what's going to happen with the calendar.
And that's why I was mentioning earlier, there's a notification setting where you can turn it off if that's what you want to do. And if we remember to hit don't send, then you will not get email notifications.
I use the calendar also for alerts because I could set an alert on my calendar to go like every 2 weeks on Thursday or something like that, and get an alarm for it. Where I can't do that with my clock. And so I use the calendar for that, and because of that, I don't want to shut all of it down. I just don't want to get the ones I haven't subscribed to. I think that's a way that they could get somebody else to do that for you. That's annoying.
Okay.
Mom,
We
you should
can
be
look
getting
into that.
notifications. When you get a notification, can you bring it to me and show me?
Yes.
Thank you.
Okay. And okay, so the next one. Where are we? Okay, that's all for me for right now. Sister Kathy.
Number 3, Kathy will work with Katharina to conduct 8 publishing workathons to establish a content rhythm for 6 of the top highest leverage content formats so we can attract qualified students to our premium value offer by February 22nd. Workathons.
All right. Yeah. Workathons.
And that's where, like I said with the first one, I have not gone in and done that. I still need to. I'm not sure how many. I know I had more than one conducted of the workathons for the content rhythm, but I'll have to go back and get them off the calendar and put them on so I know where they're at and the stepping stones.
Okay.
How do y'all
And I
folks?
know.
I'm sorry.
Hello.
I said, how do y'all folks?
Oh, Katharina, you probably know the answer.
Well, I
Oh,
want to contribute
good.
some things. I want to contribute some things on like what progress we made.
Yes.
Yeah.
So Sister Kathy and I had a call and we talked. We went through the highest leverage the highest leverage content, and we saw that a lot of them are already scheduled. So now we need to just like implement them. But like we have a time to do most of them. In regards to doing workathons, I'm a little bit confused as to what to do in regards to workathons because I'm working majority of the time and then like just for the evening. So like if we need to schedule workathons during the day that are in regards to content rhythm and like what is happening during the day right now is kind of a blur to me. But Sherry and I had our own little workathon and I talked to her about Sherry was struggling with creating reels and she hadn't really done it since the move. So I was able to help her to finish a reel. So that was some really good progress. I was really, really glad and thankful.
So that's at least 2 right there, Sister Kathy.
Right.
So that's really good, Katharina.
What were you confused about, Katharina?
Like what is called a workathon and when the workathons are.
A workathon is when 2 people come together to discuss or to work on when 2 or more people come together to work on a monthly mission.
Okay, so when you guys like break down the transcription, like you and Shanice, is that a workathon?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. And it's in regards to the content rhythm. Okay.
No.
What? That's
It's
It is in regards to the
regarding-
content rhythm, but it's not the highest leverage. Right?
No. It's regarding publishing, but it's not regarding the content rhythm. We're not trying to create a content rhythm.
But isn't the content rhythm for publishing, isn't that a part of publishing?
Yeah, that's why I
Or
said
publishing?
it's a part of publishing, but it's not part of the content rhythm.
Okay.
Because the purpose of the monthly mission is to create a content rhythm that we can consistently test out and do, and it's solving problems relating to scheduling a consistent time for us to do that. we're not sitting there trying to figure out what is consistent time problem solving, trying to see what ways we can improve content rhythm. We're just in there getting stuff done. That's like saying that the leadership table, when we are recording the leadership table, it's part of content rhythm. No, it's not.
It's we're implementing it, but it's not really workathon in regards to how to make it better and stuff.
Right. It's not trying to put it together.
Yeah, I get it.
Okay, and so, what progress would you say on a scale from 1 to 10? What's the progress?
Does Shanice get it though?
I got it.
Oh, okay.
What's the progress on a scale from 1 to 10?
Are you asking Kathy?
Yeah, she is asking me. I would say a 3 at this point.
And confidence.
Five.
Are you saying a 3 as far as like how many monthly missions are there, or 3 as in like how much of the content rhythm we have scheduled?
3 for the 2 that we've done, the 2 workathons that we did, and that Sherry was able to finish a reel.
Did you hear what my question was?
I thought I just answered it, so I guess I didn't. No, go ahead.
My question is your progress based on how many workathons we've done, or is your progress based on how close we are to completing a content rhythm?
I was basing it on the workathons that we've done.
Okay, but the objective of what of the monthly mission is so that we can have a content rhythm. So how much progress on a scale of 1 to 10 would you say that we have made towards having a workathon, with 10 being that our high leverage content is scheduled and we are currently implementing the schedule? We've been able to do that. What number would you say you are with there?
I don't know the answer. Katharina, would you have a better idea?
When you say you don't know the answer, what do you mean by that?
Because I don't know. I know she's talked to Rebecca. I know she's working with Sherry. I don't know the answer to how close we are, how much progress we have made with getting the content scheduled on a regular basis.
I'm not talking about getting content scheduled. I'm talking about, do you know what content formats we are wanting to schedule?
Catherine and I went over the top highest leverage content formats.
Yeah, those are the ones I'm referring to.
Yes, we went over them.
So do you know which ones they are?
No, I don't have them memorized. I don't.
Oh, okay.
I read them over, then we went over them. So that was twice, but I don't know.
It would likely be good to review them more frequently so that you would be aware, because this is an area where we could really use your support.
Okay.
Okay. Is there any other progress that we can think of with the content rhythm before we move on?
What are you saying about my mom?
I said any other progress with the content rhythm before we move on.
That's not what you said. But my mom.
Alright. Let us go on to.
Wait, did the
number-
progress change?
What did you say?
Did the progress change the number?
I don't think so. I think she just said.
What did
she
you
doesn't
say it
know.
was, Mr. Kathy?
I think it's a 3, but I
Okay. Yeah, the numbers did change. You said a 3 and a 5.
Oh, you didn't get it.
I am slightly confused in regards to someone updated the content rhythm, like the momentum masterclass, like the highest leverage content, and now it says number 3 is chunking the YouTube video transcripts, and that's not really. I don't see that as one of the high. Like, is that one of the highest leverage content that we can do?
Chunking the transcripts is what the foundation of like 4 or 5 other pieces of content are dependent upon that. Which,
Okay.
when you've got that many things that are dependent upon the transcript, that's the definition of high leverage. The one thing you could do such by doing would make 4 or 5 other things easier or unnecessary.
Okay. Alright, thank you for explaining. I just saw it there, but I just, no one explained it, or no one, yeah, someone else changed it, so.
You just gotta ask, and that's good.
That's why I asked.
And that's
Alright.
good.
Great question, Katharina. And Sister Kathy, just to let you know, I see that you're writing some stuff down, but it's outside of the toggle.
What does that mean?
What you're writing is below your stepping stones, not in your stepping stones.
Oh,
So you just want to indent them.
thank you.
You're welcome. Okay, and so what is the number one biggest problem that you or we are currently facing, such that by solving would make the greatest difference in moving this monthly mission forward? And what could you or we do to solve it? And this, we're still in the content of it.
I
Just want to
Yes.
know you're doing a great job so far.
And Kathy, if you're writing things down on the stepping stones, whatever you say that where you need support or something that you got to do, and it gets written down, you don't have to write them in your stepping stones right now, because Katharina moves the things that we say here into your stepping stones at the end of this meeting.
Okay, that's good.
So, yeah, because we want to ask you questions, and if you're not available to ask questions because you're writing things down, then that actually makes it like that's not something only you can do in the meeting.
And Katharina says this is one that you and Sister Kathy are working on. Would you have insight into what your guys' number one biggest problem is?
Katharina, do you know?
She was asking Katharina.
I'm thinking, I'm contemplating on what is the biggest problem. Part of it, I think, is my time.
Time can never be a problem.
Okay. I think our next, like the thing that we need to do is once we change the Momentum Masterclass to the subscription program and record the short videos on Thursdays, I think like once we do that, then everything else is gonna fall into place. But that's the biggest thing that we need to do next and that we haven't done.
Okay.
So then in order to do that, I would need to schedule some times to research videos and put together the slides. Which I agree. I think that's our biggest bottleneck as well. Is scheduling the time to create the slides for the short YouTube videos.
So would that be an area that you guys need support?
We did talk about Sister Kathy and I did talk about doing it Wednesday evenings. Enoch, how does that sound to you?
You talked about it with her on Wednesday?
No, I talked to Sister Kathy on Tuesday, and she said, how about if we do it Wednesday evenings?
Where's that?
Your transformation workshop.
Work on the slides or the Thursday one for recording the short YouTube videos.
Evening?
Yeah.
It does not sound pleasant.
You want to do it during the day?
I do.
Okay.
What is this you're talking about?
But
You already told me you weren't going to be available, so I don't expect your involvement.
okay.
You said
Alright,
you
well
were
maybe you and Kathy can.
What? You remember that, right? Do you remember? Oh, yeah, you told me you don't want to help with creating short slides. Find someone else.
Yeah, just because of my time.
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
Okay. What were you saying, Kamran? Did you want them to
Okay.
say something? Okay.
Yeah, what was it talking about? What were you talking about? Is this something I need to write down under 3.4?
I would say for Kathy to schedule a time with Enoch, or to find a time with Enoch to work on creating short-term slides. Or Enoch, are you going to do it by yourself, or are you trying to search for a partner?
I've asked you, I've asked Mom, and I've asked Shanicia.
Have you gotten an answer from the others?
I think Shanicia avoided the question, and Mom said she's willing to look into it.
I have one other question. I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah, that's okay. I do.
Okay. Now that I'm aware of what the question is, yeah, that's not something that I would be interested in.
Which is why I think you avoided the question.
Alright, is there anything else?
I don't think so.
Okay, and we didn't go over what expectations are at risk of being unmet. So what expectations are at risk of being unmet?
Not having the information for the short videos.
What do you mean by that, Sister Kathy?
looks like, because from what I'm gathering, from what I'm hearing, is that that's what's not going to be met, is the working on the content for the short videos.
Okay.
Enoch, on a scale of 1 to 10, how willing are you to work on the short videos and come up with a time to work on the short videos this week?
I don't think he's next to his computer. I think he is not there to answer.
Yeah. Maybe you can send a message or something. We gotta. But great question, Katharina. We gotta move on. I appreciate you guys. So, Sister Deborah, it is your turn. Pardon?
You're scaring me. I said I have a turn. You're scaring me.
Or
Be right
me.
there.
Okay. Well. I have to open my phone this really fast. Hold on. I went ahead and you got it. Right. All right. Deborah will conduct 8 workathons to implement the assignments found in module 2 to 5 of YouTube channel Jumpstart with Daryl Eves, so we can build a thriving and profitable YouTube community by January 25th. And we've done
How many?
two more this time, so we got 6 of them done. Is that how you count that?
I think the numbers are updated. I think the last time I had
okay.
my one-on-one with this Thursday, I updated those numbers.
Oh, thank you. Okay, so we got 4 out of 8. And completed assignments. I don't know that we completed one, but we're working on them. Yeah.
Yeah, we're like going through it and also like implementing as we go.
Yeah. I'd say our progress is on maybe 3. And confidence is I keep it at 8. 8 for right now. I think after this week it'll start rising higher. Yeah, I think all of those will start rising higher. Yeah, because I want to in one of my workathons to try to figure out who's going to help do what.
Okay. Sorry, I don't know why this is down here. And so, what were we able to do this week, Sister Deborah?
We're working on the what is that called? We were working on, I don't know what we were working on.
We got together. I know one time we were looking for content that we could record for YouTube, where we went through the Momentum Masterclass calendar. We did that. We were also.
We went through the what we were. I don't know how to describe it. What we were looking at doing with and talking about what we were going to do with our channel as opposed to the like analytic channel. We were talking about that too.
Yeah, we talked about that. And we created like a sloppy list of different types of content formats that we could create and do research on. I know Eden created a table of some sorts for research and we started going through that, putting down observations of things, of the channels that we were researching. What else do I have here? Oh, I think already had that up there, but this was a conversation where, well, one of these workathons was a conversation where Enoch explained to us in regards to market research being a lifestyle and not just a stepping stone or check, which I think we have it up there. But that was progress too. What else do we have here? Yeah, I think those, we'll check the stepping stones. I think those are basically what we did. And since that's another thing too, like where it says in the stepping stones workathons completed, you can open that toggle and see different workathons that we accomplished so far and then what we did and who was involved. That kind of helps too.
For 3.1.1, is that what you're talking about?
No, like right under the monthly mission that you just read in your stepping stones. And then when you open that toggle, there's 4 toggles at the top. The second toggle down that says workathons completed has some of that information.
Oh, I see it. Okay.
Yeah. Which, yeah, we mentioned it already. And I update whatever workathon that I'm in. I tend to update it on all of the monthly missions if it's not already there. But I probably would do well to have the people responsible do it, so we can get in that rhythm of doing it. All right. My mom. Thank you, sister.
What'd you say about my mom?
I said
Word.
So 3.2. What is the number one? And Sister Deborah, I know you're writing some things down yesterday too, so maybe that can help you. But what is the number one biggest problem that you or we are currently facing, such that by solving would make the greatest difference in moving this monthly mission forward? And what could you or we do to solve it?
Number one, well, I think there's 2 equally great as number one. And one of them is having people who help with, with different aspects of what we're doing. So that we're not all doing just, one person doing it. So I'm going to work on that this week for the people who show up. And on the people who don't, I'm going to volunteer them. Okay, but anyway, yeah. So I think that's the number one.
Okay, and that reminds me, I guess it's another area of progress, but yesterday when we were going through our success schedule workathon, Sister Deborah and I picked days when we're going to lead out the workathon, so it makes it easier. We're not like flipping back and forth.
Oh, yeah. That was good.
That simplifies things.
Yeah, she's going to do it on Tuesdays and I'm going to do it on Thursdays.
Yeah. And also, Sister Deborah used the workathon template in the session calendar, and she was practicing going through those questions and setting intentions.
Wait.
So that was good too. And she updated the Google Calendar to the best of her ability. So that's a step in the right direction.
Can you say that again?
And what? I said yesterday, Sister Deborah also was able to use the workathon template in the session calendar to help her set intentions for her workathon on Thursday. So she was planning ahead. And she also updated the Google Calendar with the link for that workathon and who she wanted to come to it. I think that was really good.
Help me out a lot. I appreciate that, Shanicia.
She put who she wants involved in it?
You're welcome. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
And she's learning what to do. Did you want to say something else before we go to what expectations we should have?
Yeah, I just want to say, I was gonna say, you remind me of Enoch because you both try to set people up to be the ones who seem like they're the ones who did the work or something, you know, to encourage
You
them.
did the work.
Well, I wouldn't have been able to do that work if he hadn't walked me through that and showed me how to do it.
Well, teamwork makes the dream work. Praise the Lord. Alright, step 3.3. What expectations are at risk of being unmet? And what are you procrastinating? Even if it's on purpose.
Well, I think something that's at risk is not getting the work done because there's a lot to do for one person or two people, and they need people to pull together. And what was the question? What
What
risk?
expectations are at risk of being unmet?
Yeah, I think the whole thing is at risk, and I think that, you know, it'll go slowly and slowly until we pull together. And I think that we started pulling together, at least in my mind, we started pulling together because Cameron was going through that too, because he needed help doing the funnels, and he kept asking over and over, and there really wasn't people pulling through. But at least now that we've decided to do workathons and stuff, people are starting to pull through. I hope that they pull through for YouTube too.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that'll help a lot when people pull through.
Alright, that's awesome. That was an awesome observation too, because yeah, it's like we can, if we're working together as a team, there's nothing that we can do like individually that's not affecting the next person and what they have to do. So thanks,
It's so much better when we come together too than if we're working by ourselves. Because if you think, you know, I don't want to go to those 3 workathons, and so I'll work by myself and I'll work on my stuff. There's no way you could do more in those 3 sessions by yourself than you could do with everybody participating in one session. So if we all could set aside our session to go help another person in their session, even though, you know, like for me, I feel like, oh, I'm not getting mine done. But in all reality, when we give up that time to go help somebody else, God gives other people to us to work on ours, and we get more done in 1 hour than we could do in the whole week by ourselves. You know, when everybody pulls together. And I love barn raising. I love it. So powerful.
Well said, Deborah.
Thank you. Yeah, thank you for sharing that. I appreciate it. Okay, and where do you see people or you need support to move forward, Sister Deborah? You and your team.
Well, I think coming up with a plan and divvying up who's going to be doing it, and you know, what we're going to work on each week, like what we worked on this week with that calendar, and it talks about what we're gonna work on and who's gonna do what, and it has the link and all that. I think that is so powerful too, because when we do get together, we're not going to be sitting, because you know what happens to us, we go to Tiller and we don't have something like that going on, so we spend a whole lot of time in Tiller trying to find out where we should be at. You know. Well, we're getting that straightened out, but that's what we spend a lot of time doing. I'd say about half of our Tiller time almost, like by 20 minutes after, is about what time each time that we were able to get to the place where we were supposed to be in order to start, you know? And so having that organization, I love it. I hope I stay up on it and I get good at it, and I see how that is beneficial in other places and work in other places with it. I think it's powerful.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you. Is there anywhere else that you see that you need support?
No, I'm
Maybe
glad.
ask
I'm
you
glad
those
you're
steps.
part of my.
Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
Oh, I'm glad you're my team. One thing, I can't watch all the videos that need to be watched for that channel either.
Well, you're not. I've watched like 20 videos on that channel.
Yeah, thank you. I appreciate that.
I like that channel. I like watching
like it
videos
too.
on.
Now we get to watch all the good stuff.
Yeah, that's right.
That's awesome. Alright. Let me see. Alright, yeah. So let's go back up.
Oh, I want to say I wasn't saying that nobody's helping me. I'm just saying that that's where I need help. I need help watching videos.
That's good.
I didn't say it. Yeah. Gotcha, Sister Deborah, we gotcha. Alright, class 1, the challenge. Sister Kathy.
Says Kathy will conduct 8 challenge funnel workathons with Cameron and Deborah to build 11 pages for the Make Money as a Mentor challenge funnel, so we can have somewhere for our 100 plus challenge attendees to opt in to by February 22nd.
And how many workathons were we able to conduct for that? I'm not sure if these numbers are accurate, but I know we had one last week where Carmen kind of like broke down the things that we would need help with and what's still outstanding for it. So that's progress. You sound far away, Sister Kathy.
She said her battery died.
Oh, okay.
She didn't turn it off.
You don't took off? Okay, yeah, I see that. That's one place that we made progress.
We did 2.
We did. Oh, okay, so it is accurate. Okay.
Well, 2 last week.
Yeah.
Well, is that?
Did you say something else, Laura? I just heard you said we did 2, and then I heard sound, but I don't know what you said.
It's got back on.
Welcome back.
Thank you. Sorry about that.
It's okay.
All right. Did Cameron go ahead and share what he regarding the pages, the funnels, the different things? Because I'm not sure what did get accomplished and how many workathons were attended.
No, he just said we did do 2, so the workathon number is correct.
Okay.
But in regards to the funnel pages and stuff, no other progress has been shared yet. But I was saying that last week he got us together and kind of broke down what is still needed to be done to accomplish this monthly mission. So at least we're clear on things that we can get involved with.
Good. That's wonderful. Thank you. Thank you, Cameron.
Wait, did you say a workathon?
I'm sorry, what, Deborah?
I thought we just having a workathon. Figured that out.
Did you say we did that in a workathon?
Yeah.
Oh yeah. And something else. This week, Enoch was testing out the chat GPT stuff, and I used it to test out writing email sequences for the challenge. And so I have like a rough, I don't know what I call it, a rough draft, but like a, yeah.
Like some idea how to do it?
Yeah, and then I have some things to work off of, and so I was able to test that out, and I'm going to be working on that some more this week. Make it that's cool.
I have an AppSumo app that pretty much does that, and it's specifically for email.
I've used it. It doesn't work very good.
Oh, it don't?
No.
Well, that's a bummer. I wonder if it works better now. I don't know. Hopefully they get better.
Okay. What other progress were we able to make in regards to your challenge funnel? This is Carmen and Deborah, so let's start with you, Carmen. What progress were you able to make this week with filling out the pages?
Deborah, Enoch, and I worked on the challenge offer.
That's pretty cool. Thank you, guys.
We got the pipeline together, which has to do with what's needed to build the challenge funnel.
Great.
Oh, okay. So are you saying it's the same thing as A?
Pretty much.
Alright. Is there anything else?
Oh. The chickens out there. Chickens.
Anything else relating to the challenge funnel and the pages that you've been working on? What other progress were you able to make? Or Sister Deborah, do you have insight?
Everything seems to be like merging together in my mind with all the different meetings I'm going to. I can't remember everything. Sorry.
That's alright.
What makes it sound like she's going to a bunch of meetings?
I am. What are you talking about?
Talking about your perception.
I go to meetings without you being there too.
Alright,
I don't know,
if
man.
that's on progress, what number would you give your progress on a scale from 1 to 10, Sister Kathy?
Well, I know it's no longer a 1, it's definitely gone up because they have made a lot of progress. I would say maybe a 3, but I definitely could use some input. Brother Kamran, what do you think our progress has been? Enoch, do you have an idea what the progress has been on that? Because I did not attend any of the workathons last week on the challenge.
Progress on what?
Let's put a 2.
A 2? Okay.
And confidence on a scale from 1 to 10.
On a scale from 1 to 10. Oh, you know what?
No, tell us.
No? We can have
No.
We can have simply an opt-in for people to opt into.
On the challenge?
On the challenge, yeah. And then we would accomplish...
We already have that?
Not quite.
Oh, I asked you to make that like 2 weeks ago.
What? Wasn't that
Like a
last week?
ago. It might have been last week.
Yeah.
So you,
It's different from doing it on ClickFunnels Classic because I can't set... Well, I can get into why on another time, but it's different. Anyway.
Why is it different though?
Because it's... I said we can get to that later. So let's talk about that later.
What's wrong with what's answering it here? I think we would like an update as far as like what's holding us back from having an opt-in.
Yeah, we can talk about it later.
But what's wrong with doing it right now? What prevents you from sharing now?
It's easier for me to show things and explain them, so if, like, I don't want to...
Oh, okay. That makes sense.
That does make sense. Thank you,
Thanks for
Conrad.
sharing.
Did I say sure or show?
You said show.
You said
Okay.
no.
Okay, good.
Share that you that'll be easier to show.
Show it.
Yeah, now's not the time to
Share
show,
it.
to like, get on ClickFunnels and show stuff.
Okay, so thank you, Conrad. I appreciate that and everybody's input. So you said you think
Something real fast.
I could explain.
I'm
it, though.
wondering what are we doing a challenge? Is that what we're offering when Myron comes?
yeah, he does a repitch on the challenge that we're going to be doing we're doing one in March and one in April. I think we've invited him to the one in April. And I don't know if he's accepted or not, or I don't even know. Yeah, Myron on April the 4th is the bonus day, April 4th, where he'll be doing the repitch.
He might be on vacation that day. We should make sure that we find out this week if he could be there, and if not, try to figure out something where he could be at.
That's good. Who would be reaching out to Myron to find out if he is going to be able to on April 4th?
I can't reach out to him.
Thank you.
Thank you, too.
You said April 4th.
Yeah, it's April 4th is the bonus day when he'll be doing the repitch.
And you said
Yeah,
we haven't talked to him at all about it.
I have not. I don't know who has or if anyone has.
Okay.
I don't want to assume either way because I don't know the answer.
Alright, Steve. And so, what would you say is the number one? Where are we? Yes, I think. What is the number one biggest problem that you or we are currently facing, such that by solving would make the greatest difference in moving this monthly mission forward? And what could you or we do to solve it?
If anyone has an answer to that, please speak up.
And this monthly mission involves Conrad, Sister Deborah, and the pages for the Make Money as a Mentor challenge funnel. And so, Conrad, what would you say your number one biggest problem is with building out the pages? Or was it, you were sharing something earlier about it being difficult on Classic versus 2.0.
It's
Was it just for
different.
the opt-in page?
It's different. Not necessarily difficult, but different.
Oh, different.
Oh, what's the number one biggest problem? Well, messaging, copy. We need copy. Even for the opt-in page, we're gonna need copy.
And who would be able to help with that, Conrad?
Chat GPT. And anyone who'd like to work together, working with ChatGPT to
Me, I want to
get
test
some
out all
copy.
that stuff. See how it works.
So is that something that would be worked on at the next workathon for this? The challenge workathon?
We sure can.
Wonderful.
So, okay. And what expectations are at risk of being unmet?
Risk.
I'm not understanding that word you're saying, Cameron. I'm sorry.
Risk?
Oh, risk. Okay.
He's just parroting what was last said.
I got you now. I heard it now, but I kept missing what he was saying. And I know if it's at risk of being missed, I need to know what it is.
What do you see it as, Sister Kathy? What expectations are at risk of being unmet?
I guess the opt-in page could be at risk of being unmet.
That would be a big risk.
Yeah, because I've got people wanting to join, but I have nowhere I can send them to where they could raise their hand and say, hey, I'm interested in communication on this.
Carmel, is that something you can jot down? Okay. Okay, and there are people wanting to join, but they have nowhere to go. Alright, so where do you see people or you need support to move forward? I know you guys already have some things here, but is there any other support that you or your team needs?
Support. It's time for support.
Oh, you're saying support. So you said what time? I'm like, what?
What time?
What?
It's time for support.
Yeah, where else do you guys need support to move forward with this one?
I would like to know how much we're charging for the challenge tickets.
Can you say that again?
I'd like to know how much we're charging for the challenge tickets.
Same price, 97,
97, 297.
What are you saying? Come on. It's the
97.
same price as before.
97, 297. 97, 297.
Are you just repeating yourself? It sounds like you're saying way too many words than is necessary, or like numbers. It's hard to process what you're saying.
So, same price.
Same.
It has not changed.
Is that going to be the same price for in April as the one in March? Because we're going to do a challenge in March before we do the April one. So it'll be the same price for both of them, right?
Yeah, the price doesn't change. It's going to be the same price for all of our challenges as far as I know.
Okay.
Okay, thank you guys. So sorry about that. I'm still remembering to do set 3.1.2. So under where it has what progress have you made this week? The toggle below that says weekly wins from last week. Let's just go through those and then write down what we're going to do for the next week. So it starts with Sister Kathy. Step 3.1.2.
Step 3.1.2. I see it.
Weekly wins from last week. You're welcome. Okay. So were you able to do any of these things that you want to check off?
Yes. Catherine and I did talk and go over the types.
That's awesome.
Pipeline now.
Was that the only one?
It's probably the only one.
Okay. And Sister Deborah, I see you already checked off yours. Interesting. I didn't finish the first 4 toggles, but we did the first toggle for the message, and then we went back to the Daniel framework. I did 1 out of the 3 emails for the challenge, so I'm not going to check that off. And then I tested out the OpenAI thing to write some more emails, so I'm going to be doing that this week and schedule any content. So, yeah. Alright, thank you. So now let's go down to step 3.5, where you write down your intentions for next week. What do you intend to work on? What are your top 3? Thank you, Sister Deborah, you're ahead of the game. Step 3.5, what are you going to work on next week? And also, what are you learning this week to develop your talents for Christ? So let's do step 3.5 and 3.6 together. Where's that?
My headset's just really bad for some reason. Carmen last night, and one of her daughters had like I do not miss that whatsoever. Every year, it's like a plague in Medford. Everybody gets lice. Anybody who has children.
Thanks, Sister Deborah. I'm not sure how we're going to do that information, but thank you.
Write that down.
But, yeah, let's just take some time and go through our weekly wins.
That was my head with it to make me think of it. So I thought I'd share it with you. I know you want to know. Acquiring loans. Not really. Come on, don't be like that. Something to be grateful for.
Okay. Okay, let's go ahead and go through these. Sister Kathy, what are your top 3 weekly wins and what are you learning?
To schedule a time for Enoch to go through the calendar where we can turn off whether he's busy or available. Times for the funnels. If it's available to pick out the times for the funnels. Yeah. Find a time for Enoch and Deborah to work on the short video slides before Thursday. Find a time for Comrun to create a simple opt-in for people to opt in for the challenge funnel. Is that sample or simple?
Probably simple.
Simple. Thank you.
Sister Kathy, do you have personal weekly wins or weekly wins that you've set aside based on your monthly missions?
No, I haven't.
Okay.
And I'm still working on my Word of the Year vision. Today I was working on imagination.
So is that what you're going to be learning this week? Imagination?
Yes.
Alright. Thank you. Parmeron.
What about that guy?
Can you read your weekly wins that you have?
Have an opt-in page ready for those who are interested in the challenge, and craft sales copy for the challenge funnel using ChatGPT.
Sounds fun. What are you going to be learning?
What am I going to be learning? You know what? I'm going to be learning about vision casting.
That's pretty cool. And then as for me, I want to test out using ChatGPT for the, what am I saying? Test out the five-part email sequence, like an invite email sequence, using ChatGPT. And so that's for the challenge funnel. And then I'm going to be using that new pipeline, that formula thing that Enoch created to figure out what our MKRs are going to be. And then I want to schedule 5 strategic partnership interviews. Then I want to work together with the team to continue going through the market research for platform hosts. Now that we have more clarity on what that is, what it looks like, I have a better idea of how to instruct people and work together with folks. And then I'm going to be continuing my master study on mastery. I add to that every time I learn something new. And then in my personal devotions, I've been going through controversial truths. I want to continue going through that. And I'm considering doing a study on overcoming the spirit of heaviness. So that's what I'm going to be doing this week. And then Katharina. Well, I don't know if are you able to read or did you just put it? You want somebody else to read it?
Is he gonna change?
seems like it.
Alright, I'm here. I just had to open my phone, unmute myself. So my weekly wins for this week are to create 5 YouTube thumbnails for YouTube. That, and then give Rebecca feedback on her microblogs and pro cards. And then I wrote down to make sure and support Sherry and support Sherry in working on reels.
That's awesome. And do you know what you're going to be? She said amen.
Oh, Sherry?
Yes. Do you know what you're going to be learning this week? What your new learnings are?
Energy, authenticity in regards to energy. That's what I'll be working on. And what does that look like? It looks like answering her questions, and it looks like seeing if she has a consistent time to work on it. I'm talking to her on her goals.
That's cool.
Yeah. Oh. Okay. She said she'll message you and tell you when you have
gracias.
when she's scheduled to do reels.
Thank you so much.
She said thank you so much. She said you're very welcome. Okay. Sister
She said.
Sister Deborah, can you share with us what your weekly wins are, what you're learning?
I'm learning Tiller, Gunderson, YouTube, Notion, and Emotional Mastery.
And what are your weekly wins?
I'm sorry. Let me go back.
Oh, you're okay.
My weekly win. I have down as build a team for YouTube. Help Kathy with Tiller, Notion, and Gunderson. And she still needs help with calendars, I don't know. And I need to fix the alerts on my calendar so I don't get overwhelmed and just put everything away.
That's a good.
Alright. And Katharina, so Sherry said you have access to her calendar so you can see what times and stuff she has available and what she has scheduled.
Alright.
She said, okay, fantastic. Well, thank you guys. Much appreciated for your perseverance and your energy, and you all did a great job.
Thank
Sister
you.
Kat, praise God. Would you like to pray for us to close?
I'd be happy to.
Thank you so much.
Our most kind Heavenly Father, we thank you so much for what did get accomplished and what is going to be accomplished. Because, Lord, you have said that when we depend upon you and call upon you, that you will help us accomplish those things that need to be. We ask, dear Lord, that as we put our plans at your feet to be carried out or given up according to your will, that you will guide and direct. We thank you for the sweet spirit that's been here today, and we ask that you will help us as we continue to do the work that you have put before us. And we thank you. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen.
Amen. All right.
Thank you, everyone.
Goodbye, Dr. John, y'all.
Yes, we're
Yeah.
glad you could too.
Yes,
Thank you, Shanicia, for leading out.
Praise the Lord. Thank you, Sister Kathy. Alright, have a productive day, y'all.
You as well.
Aye, Captain.
Blessings, sweetie.
Blessings. To the